everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with Adam today because I was thinking, right, YouTube is saturated. There is a lot of couple Q&As that exist on YouTube. So I was trying to think, what can I do that's mixing it up a bit, being a little bit different, unique vibes. And I thought to oh, do you want to say hello?
Hi. Carry on.
I thought it would be fun to hear our answers to certain coupley questions if we weren't in the same room. Because I don't know what Adam's like on camera on his own. Like if he had his own YouTube channel, how would he answer the questions that were asked? You bored?
No, I'm just thinking about being on the camera on my own and...
Oh, is it making you nervous?
Stretching a little bit. No, I'm just stretching, getting myself ready for it.
Some questions are going to be like guessing what the other person might be saying, stuff like that. Anyway, you'll see. Experiment and see what happens.
Cool.
So enjoy this video, let me know what you think of the experiment and try this yourself at home. You don't need to record it for the internet. You can record it with your boyfriends separately and compare answers. I don't know, I think it might be
Well, you could just write things down even.
Yeah, you could just do that. Just write things down.
You don't have to record it.
The world to me is just filming all the time. See you on the dark side. Hi.
Question time.
This is Ellie's version of the questions.
I don't really know what to expect with this. I think there might be personal questions. It might just be general stuff, I don't know. Let's find out, I guess.
I'm really scared. I'm more scared about Adam answering things completely different to how I imagined him, and also answering things completely different to how I would answer them too, because then that just goes to show that we make a strange couple, and it might even question my compatibility. What has stayed the same in this relationship since the beginning?
What has stayed the same in this relationship since the beginning?
Probably communication.
I think we've always cared for each other about the same amount.
He's always just been like very straightforward, in a calm way.
Like for example, when Ellie went down to see her family for a week, I felt that same kind of excitement to see her when she came back from the little trip away. So
he doesn't like any grey area. Like he isn't lying when he says, you know, he is just going to say how it is, and he's going to be very clear of that because he doesn't like mind games.
Well, that's my answer.
What does Adam contribute to the relationship the most? The calm stillness. He likes to keep things balanced.
I probably bring more kind of like balance because I'm quite relaxed and quite easygoing, so I tend to bring more of a grounded kind of approach to the relationship. So
I'm quite like skitty and on impulse and a bit clumsy and a bit of a klutz, and I don't think things over too much. He'll think things a little bit more through in a more productive way. I think things through in a very nervous, anxious kind of way, but he's more of like the things that need to be thought about.
Like if Ellie stresses out and stuff, I'm there to like calm her down and make her believe that everything's going to be okay and stuff.
But that is so needed because he always brings that into the relationship, so we don't get in heated arguments or discussions because he won't let that happen because it's not built up in him.
I think I'm better at cooking.
What does Ellie contribute to the relationship the most? I kind of just answered this one. I just feel as though I keep things upbeat and a little bit fresh.
I think Ellie kind of wants us to get up and do things more than I would. Not that I don't want to do it, I just wouldn't think to do things.
I want to do things. And he's like, let's chill for the weekend.
She is a little bit more adventurous than me, so she kind of brings that to the table.
I might initiate things a lot more. Initiation.
She likes to bring up like topics to discuss, so we end up having like deep conversations about stuff, but we both like to do that.
Do you believe in soulmates? And are you dating your soulmate? I do believe in soulmates.
I'm very much not a believer in kind of like supernatural things, and I don't believe in like religions and stuff, and I understand what the soul is, but I don't necessarily believe that it's a thing rather than a concept.
At first I didn't, but then I heard a lot of people have this theory that we have different soulmates during different periods of our life, like people that we needed to enter our lives to help us in a journey, in a pathway, in a situation, which I think is really lovely. And I think that's really helpful to remember as well. If you come out of relationships or go into fresh ones, just have trust and faith in that being what you needed at that time.
I think there are people who are better together than other people, obviously, like chemistry, but the term soulmates, I think it's just it's more of kind of a movie thing.
And also, I don't think that we have just one soulmate that we need to meet in our lives, because I think believing in that will just make you a little bit stressed, because you'd always be worrying about if you're with the right person.
I guess people say soulmates were always meant to be together eventually, and they were always meant to meet, and they kind of are two parts of a puzzle that fit perfectly together and stuff. I don't think that exists.
You don't need another person to be whole, but you do feel a lot more whole when you're with that person.
People are born the way they are through their parents' genetics, and the way that they're brought up molds them into who they become. I don't think anyone is perfect for anyone. Like, completely perfect, like, as in soulmates.
Adam is my soulmate. I'm not saying he's my life soulmate, like, because I don't think we have one.
For that reason, I don't think we're soulmates, but it doesn't mean I love you any less for saying that. saying my answers, I can guarantee that Ellie sits there and thinks about what I would say, and she's probably already figured that I would say that.
But I think the way things have panned out, like the way my life's dramatically changed since I met him, does also make me feel as though I was meant to meet him for these like crazy things to happen, like these big changes to happen. If we were to break up today, what would you miss the most?
Oh, why do I have to think about that? That's horrible. That's a horrible question.
Oh God. Having someone around who puts me before themselves.
Like comfort and partnership.
He will do something for me before himself, or like he won't want to do something for himself and then instead he'll do something for me even though it took the same amount of effort.
It sounds weird, but I would miss that like friendship side of it as well. Just the fact that we can do anything together and have a laugh with any situation and stuff. And
having someone level-headed, yeah, I think a lot of people who I meet at my age don't have their shit together mentally. What is something that you've always wanted to ask your partner but never have?
Put me on the spot with that.
I'll
have a drink while I think. Hey.
Why have you decided to why me? Why he stuck around?
Thing is though, Ellie's probably asked these questions so she has an excuse to ask me that question. So she's probably like doing a little like victory dance thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna find all this information out, juicy gossip. And I'm just like, I don't know.
I feel like I don't have much to give. I mean, I can give my time and effort and smiles and laughter and stuff.
Okay, I'll ask a fairly deep question. Okay, so years down the line, couples tend to get married and have kids. And I know you're not the biggest fan of children. And you don't really want to have kids because of the physical process and stuff. Would you want to have children with me at some point because you love me and you want to share that with me and you want to pass down your genes and all that? Or would you want to have kids just because I would like to have kids?
And I do question this to him, but he just laughs as if I'm joking, but I'm genuinely like, why? Do you have more similarities or more differences?
I think we've got a healthy balance of both. Your views on the world and your attitude towards things and people. I think it's important that you at least share those with a partner. Interest-wise,
more differences. I think that all of my hobbies and what I do for a living is very out of his bubble.
We're not really into the same things in terms of like entertainment and stuff. General pastimes, we just do our own things, but we like to do our own things in each other's company.
He prefers, like, he's really into gaming and he knows so much about gaming. He's not a very creative person, and I'm very opposite to that. He's done really well trying to get involved with that and stuff, which is amazing because it's really helpful. It's not necessarily that I want him to get involved, it's more just helpful because I need someone else to help me with like filming and stuff. But when it comes to like our morals and the way we think and feel and our daily stuff, like the way we act and work as humans, is very, very similar. Because we could have the same interests and want to do the same thing all day long, but when it comes to the crunch, like when it comes to the important things like in life, we could just be totally opposite and get on each other's nerves and it just wouldn't work. What frightens you the most about the relationship?
What frightens me the most about our relationship?
Probably that he'll get bored of me. Once again, that does sound a little bit emo, but I have been dropped by friends, ex-partners.
You might not like where we settle down or have a change of heart sort of thing.
I've just noticed people try less after a while when getting to know me properly, like years down the line, because they just kind of get bored. I've never known someone not to get bored of me before, other than my best friend Lorna, and there's a reason why she's my best friend. So I kind of just wait and look at Adam as if he's a ticking time bomb.
I would be quite content, and you might decide that you want to like move somewhere else and stuff, and I feel as if it would be hard for me to take. But
what is something you would like your partner to do more often? Give me back tickles, please.
I would like Ellie to have more confidence in herself, believe in herself more.
I love like someone's fingers being run up my back. He tries, but for about 2 minutes, and unless you're someone who likes back tickles, you know that 2 minutes is basically like 2 seconds.
I think she's taken some huge steps recently, like which I'm really proud of, with moving across the country and stuff. And like, for example, tonight she's going out into town for a night out with someone that she doesn't know very well. I'm not going to be there, and like we said earlier, like about what do we bring to the relationship, my side of things is telling her she'll be okay and like reassuring her that she's going to have a great time all the time and it'll be okay and all that.
What physical aspect of you do you think Adam likes the most? I want to say my eyes, because I know that Adam likes eyes, but I don't think there's anything special about my eyes. I think Adam just likes eyes in general.
I love the fact that she changes her hair to like wild colours and stuff. One of the first things I said to her, like, it's such an odd thing, but I really liked her nose. But I love her dimple and her smile. I love it when she laughs and she's got that really cute laughing face, like with her, and her eyes like squint up as well. It's really cute.
But no, I think he might either say eyes or hair, but I'm more going towards eyes.
And I love her body as well. Thick thighs, that big booty. Can't forget the breasts. Hey lads.
I can imagine him changing it to hair soon after saying eyes. What feature does Ellie like of yours?
I know Ellie likes my hair a lot. She's like the only one who tells me not to cut it.
He does this thing where when he smiles he goes, and like all his teeth show, and he's just so precious, and it makes me want to bop his little head.
She likes my side profile. She always says like you've got a really nice side profile, and I think she likes my legs a lot, my thighs.
Why did you fall in love with Adam? Because he came across as confident. Kind of just came across as really cool, calm, confident and collective. All the C's. He was the C man.
I come across quite calmly and quite caring, protective.
He seemed pretty like easygoing, straightforward, like yeah, just like me. And my dad's side of the family is very much like that, so I felt as though that was really comforting and reassuring.
I have that kind of grounded sense of like we can get through anything together sort of thing.
Why do you think Adam fell in love with you? Oh god. I literally was just saying how I'm not sure why he did, so...
I've always felt really comfortable with Ellie. She's really caring and she always wants to make sure that I'm happy, which I've never had before.
I know he said to me before though, because I came across as like sweet and innocent, quite shy, and he quite likes that. He doesn't like loud girls or anything. Easygoing nature, the fact I just kind of say yes to most.
No matter what we did together, we'd always be like happy and just have a laugh and stuff.
What do you think Adam remembers most about your first date? Yeah, just probably the fact I was really quiet and shy and a bit like giggly and didn't really give him eye contact and kept looking away. And the fact I found his eyes very intimidating.
She was very quiet and smiley and shy and stuff. Bright red hair, obviously. I don't really remember the film. But I guess you wouldn't really if you were on a date. It's just an excuse to kind of sit next to them, isn't it, for a few hours?
Yeah, I just didn't talk much because I was shitting myself. I had to turn up after drinking like 2 ciders because I was like, I'm not going sober, I will die. In Ellie's opinion, what's your guilty pleasure?
I think Ellie might say something like TV soaps or something along those lines. Even though it's not, she keeps joking that I love it now. Because I'm living with my grandma who watches stuff like that.
I don't know if this really counts because I feel like he would be proud of this, but I would say a pretty big guilty pleasure of Adam is his like huge lay-ins, like massive lay-ins. Sometimes he'll have a lie-in till really late in the afternoon, and I feel like that's not what he's gonna say though.
I like collecting I think geeky stuff. I was gonna say I love documentaries. I don't know if these are guilty pleasures. What really classes a guilty pleasure?
In Adam's opinion, what's your guilty pleasure? He's probably going to say something quite tame, like, I don't think he will get very deep and say something to completely embarrass me. I think he's probably just going to say the things that I watch on TV.
The first thing that comes to mind is food. Just food, any food. Crisps, Chinese, obviously, everyone knows that.
I watch quite trashy TV and stupid films and like rubbish trash TV, like rom-coms and like Coronation Street. I'm proud of that. Like, I don't think that's a guilty pleasure, but I feel like that's what he's gonna say anyway. And a guilty pleasure of mine, I would say, is probably like going on Facebook or like social media, deeply investigating someone's life, like Facebook stalking basically. Like, I will stalk so many people from school and find out what they're doing now and really go on the hunt for someone who, like, my mum sometimes she's like, oh Ellie, I want to find this person I used to know in high school, could you help me? And I'm like, yes. Where they are, where they live, where they went to work, like, I will find out for you who else lives in their house. I will probably find out their address. Like, I love doing investigation work. Are there any interests that you wished your partner was more into?
I don't know. I know she takes a lot of notice of like games that I play and stuff and doesn't really seem interested. I'd come home and all of a sudden she's played like loads of Overwatch. She's like really good at it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, as if she's like embarrassed to admit that she's played it.
I don't think I really care about interests or something. I wouldn't want him to know more about like spiritualism or whatever because I think that would just be useless. I would rather him know a lot about like camera work and cameras and how to film stuff and how to work creatively, because the only things we ever argue about is if I'm asking him to come up with an idea that's creative, I'm like, help me with this video title, help me with taking these photos, he's always like, and he just goes like completely blank. I would love it if
I know she does show interest in what I'm doing, like video games and stuff, but I would love it if she showed a little bit more interest in it. It would like make us really happy to kind of watch her kind of experience what I went through the first time. But
it wouldn't be him. Like, if he was someone who was into cameras all of a sudden and filming and all that stuff, all of a sudden it wouldn't be Adam. Like, it would just be odd. Why would he be into that? What caused that? Like, he would have to do something in his life somewhere that sparked this interest, so that wouldn't be Adam. Can you guess what your partner wants you to get more into?
And she's going to know exactly what I'm going to say.
He wished that I gamed a bit more, like, not maybe knew more about it, but played a bit more and that kind of stuff. But if not that, then I would just underneath say, sometimes I do wonder whether he wishes I was a little bit more intelligent, because I am a bit of a klutz. Like, he likes intelligent girls, so sometimes I'm like looking at myself like...
So Ellie's got a really kinky side. She's into quite a lot of things, like in the bedroom, and it's quite intimidating.
If your partner had given you full permission to start dating other people, would you? No.
I'm edging more towards probably not, because I'd kind of feel like if I was going to do something like that, I would like to do it together.
I'm 100% a dedicated to one person kind of person. I put my all into one person. I know some people never feel as though that feels right when they get into their first relationship. They always feel like there should be more people in the relationship, but I've never felt that way. What do you think your partner's answer was to the last question?
I think that Ellie would have said a very similar thing to me without me being there. I think she'd feel uncomfortable.
Ooh, I think he would. I think he might attempt it or try it. So he would probably just give it a try, see what happens, and if he doesn't like it, then it doesn't matter. If he does, then I said it's okay anyway.
Who knows? It's going to be funny watching this back because she's probably just said like, no, if I had the choice, if I had the opportunity, I'd just go out and do it.
Have you ever felt jealous or uncomfortable about somebody who your partner hangs around with often?
Straightforward answer is no. I'm not the jealous type to begin with.
There was someone, but it was completely like, I know there was a couple.
I think if you trust someone, you know nothing will ever happen anyway. So if Ellie was hanging out with someone or talking to someone, would I feel jealous about it? I don't think I would, no.
But both people had no reason for me to think that. I think they're both in a relationship. But even so, I was a bit like, you mention them a lot, or they've got common ground with you, or they're attractive. So I was a bit like, but that's totally me jumping to conclusions because he's never, ever done anything to make me feel uncomfortable.
At the end of the day, she's going to come home back to me. So it's not very often I'm like talking to a female friend or just another girl in general, or putting her in a position where she might feel jealous.
What are you most looking forward to doing with your partner? Having our own place. This is why we moved up here.
In the immediate future, I'm looking forward to getting a place together because our own private space, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be really fun.
Decorate how we want things to be decorated and just chill. Because he's so chill, it means that I'm going to have like a really stress-free zone of peacefulness and tranquility.
When you experience things with someone that you really care about, it's just like double the fun. So,
and who knows, maybe in the future I'm also really looking forward to getting in a big wedding gown. He's everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. What is a relationship deal breaker to you?
He's someone who wasn't generally a happy person, someone who's pessimistic all the time and often down in the dumps and just has a negative attitude. I don't think I could date someone like that.
Someone who isn't loyal. Loyalty is very important to me.
Selfishness.
Lack of sense of humour, or a bad sense of humour. If our sense of humour is a bit incompatible, that would be a massive deal breaker to me because laughter is everything. If I can't laugh with you, what are we doing? I'm wasting so much time. Nearly finished. Think of any question that you can ask your partner. Make it fun.
Quite deep. Following on from an earlier question, would you rather have a baby girl, than a baby boy? I'm talking about babies so much. I should probably ask a different question. People are going to think I'm proper weird and broody and stuff, and we're going to have kids soon.
Adam, will you marry me? And now, without knowing what your partner has asked, it's your time to answer the question. Yes or no? Go.
Oh, right. I think the safe option here, if I'm playing this strategically,
will you marry me?
is to say no. Just so I don't end up getting myself in a sticky situation where I've said yes or agreed to something. Would you rather have a baby girl, than a baby boy?
No.
I thought we were going to hear what the other person asked. So, that's going to sound funny, isn't it?
I hope our answers were compatible, and I hope this wasn't all good to watch for you guys, because we could have been on completely different wavelengths, but...
Yeah, I'm going to get some food. I'm going to play some Dead by Daylight. I'm going to chill out. And probably go to sleep in like 2 hours time, because I need to get up at 10 to 6. So, that's fun.
I am way more excited to hear Adam's side of the story a lot more than I expected to be.
I hope I wasn't too soppy. I hope I wasn't too much. I feel as if I was, but I feel as if it should have been more fun, but I guess that's just me. cheeky bloody camera just stopped recording while I was doing my outro. Take care. Look after yourselves. Just try really hard to be a good person. And I appreciate good people. So just be sensible and do good shit. Oh, and I love you very much, Ellie.